Got the Bill Squire Friday Get Down mere minutes away. We were out last Friday, so we didn't get one then. But it's how we start the weekend around these parts. You may do it a little differently. That's fair. Everybody has their own thing. But if you have any sensitivity whatsoever to how the vast majority of people in Northeast Ohio begin their weekend, they're just waiting with bated breath for the Bill Squire Friday Get Down.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's always fun to bring it back.
Alan, did you miss the fact that there are several cemeteries around that had dead bodies just randomly turn up during the eclipse?
That's not real.
No, that doesn't sound real at all. Unless there were...
I don't know. It's a texture, and they're always right.
Well, but there's also a rash of these funeral homes that couldn't handle the influx during COVID. They'd find piles of bodies back in the woods.
But what is that like? Okay, so cemeteries had bodies. What does that have to do? Like they're already dead. Please explain yourself, whoever this is.
I don't know.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Don't know. Alan, we need to convince evangelicals that the rapture has already occurred and that they've been left behind due to their sinful existence.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like on The Good Place where nobody's getting into the good place because the rules are so strict that no one's qualifying.
I bailed on The Good Place.
It's a great show.
Yeah. I enjoyed it for a bit, and then I don't know why I bailed, but I did. I feel like I should go back and finish it.
They're short seasons.
Yeah.
I think there's only 5 or 6 of them, but they're all like 12, 13 episodes.
Alan, that 2011 rapture was a big one. It was supposed to happen during Rock on the Range. So it was a running joke all weekend. Could you imagine if a rapture happened during a densely populated event?
Listen, at a metal festival, no one's getting raptured.
That's right,
if you're
baby.
doing it right.
Too much Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, tomorrow night, we do a metal show here on MMS. It's called 2 Hours to Midnight because it starts, appropriately enough, at 9:59 p.m. 10 o'clock tomorrow night. It's going to be 2 hours of nothing but metal. I'm your host. I hope you can join. Corey Roddick and Pat Butler do join me every week. We'll play local metal. We'll play brand spanking new white hot metal from maybe bands you know, maybe ones you don't. But we'll do it tomorrow night, 10 to midnight, 2 hours to midnight here on The Buzzard. 2HTM at WMMS.com. If you're in a local band, you want to submit me something, do it there. A request you just want to hear, you can do it there too. But looking forward to it. And then Sunday morning, it's the Weekend Cox. That is 8 to 10. That is 2 hours of the best stuff from the week. And then immediately after that.
It's Bill by himself now, right?
No host.
No host anymore.
Oh, okay.
Nope. It's just the Weekend Cox. It was fun when Bill and Pound Cake would do it, but it doesn't really need a host. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could do it, Mary.
From where?
From there. I'll dial you up.
Come in on
I'll come in early and dial you up.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in the studio. You want to be in the studio at 8 in the morning?
8 a.m.
You're not going to church anymore.
Spots?
You're not going to church
Just
anymore.
don't go home.
Don't go home.
Yeah, just
go
party.
I mean, that would be what I would have to do.
Keep the
I'd
party
do my
going.
2 a.m.
That's
spot
what I would do all the time.
in the city, and then I would come to sleep under my desk from 2 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up
dedication.
So you've got it all figured out. What's the problem? You just did it. You just did it on the fly.
I'm saying that's a ridiculous schedule to try to keep. To
Not
do the Weekend Cox by myself. No,
it's a huge
how
opportunity.
Does that add to my success?
Look at what it did for Pound Cake. It got him a whole new job.
It really did. Yeah.
A whole new corporate job.
Got him a whole new job. Does anybody talk to him about the new gig?
Mary and I texted him a little bit the other day.
Yeah.
Just like a little back and forth.
Does he like it?
He doesn't like rush hour.
He's
driving in rush hour now.
Right. Well, he was before too, though, right? When he was working in Independence?
No, because he'd get up so much earlier that he wasn't having to deal with rush hour.
I see.
Because he would go
But he's
in
like
at
9 to 5.
7 o'clock when he was
see.
working there.
He's got to. He's got to wear a tie and stuff now, or was he?
I don't know. We didn't ask about that. I just said it was weird. It's weird walking to my car without anybody anymore.
Oh,
It was like it was our little, like, back when Mary was still here and Pound Cake was here, we'd have our little powwow on the way to the cars.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all three of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'd walk out together.
Oh,
and especially on like Friday night, like, oh, what are you guys getting into? Oh, Pound Cake, you got a date? Yeah, somebody I don't even know if I like him.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Alan, I used to believe in the rapture until I found out that nobody ever mentioned it until the 1800s.
What? Oh, that's crazy. It's almost like a lot of the stuff in the Bible was been fixed up and changed around.
Well, this person says they still believe in Jesus in the Bible. They've been deconstructing their faith or evolving it and trying to.
Well, if you want to do that, there's a great follow on Twitter. His name's Dan McClellan, and he is a Bible scholar, and like he speaks or he like understands all those ancient languages and is really meticulous about the interpretations in the Bible and all the history.
He can read and speak Aramaic.
Yeah.
Just can't write it.
And all the he might be able to write it too. I don't know. But he's very, very he's not speaking with emotion or anything like that. He's just saying
he's an academic.
Here's the facts that we know about this situation, and this is where this line of thinking came in, and this is where this translation came in, and this interpretation came in, and it's very interesting. I sent one to Mary the other day because I was wondering if she could share that with her brother and be like, how would he react to this guy that's this super academic about the Bible and all those beliefs back then?
Well, that's why it's amazing to me that people are so drilled in on what they think the Bible is, because it's been translated and retranslated hundreds of times.
But they got
away
it exactly
from the
right. Oh, they changed
yeah,
it?
I'm just, so from an academic angle, it's interesting, But that's somebody who's looking at it like any other writing from that long ago.
Yeah.
They're not infusing it with all the nonsense.
Well, and that's he's dispelling a lot of the nonsense, because there's a lot of, people out there just spouting ridiculous theories or ridiculous beliefs and trying to be hateful and trying to justify their bigotry, and he's very good at breaking that down and explaining how that's not what they were trying to say in these passages.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of an actor named Paul Walter Hauser?
He's one of my favorites.
You like him?
I've never
love
heard of
him.
that person.
He was in, you might recognize him if you saw him. He was in a show called The After Party on Apple that was really funny. I don't know how many people watched that. He played Sean Eckhart in I, Tonya, the guy that hit Nancy Kerrigan in the knee.
Did you see the Cruella movie, Mary?
No.
He was in that. He's in a lot of stuff.
He played Richard Jewell, the guy that was accused of the Atlanta Olympic bombing. He's playing embarrassment in Inside Out 2. But he's also been cast in the Chris Farley biopic.
Oh, nice.
He's going to play Chris Farley. We were talking about the Sam Kinison thing. A couple days ago was the anniversary of Sam Kinison's death, and talking about over the past, 20 years or so, at least 15 years, these attempts to make movies about Sam Kinison. And one of them was Josh Gad was going to play Sam Kinison. Josh Gad from Book of Mormon and from a lot of other things. Josh Gad is directing this one.
Oh.
Josh Gad's going to direct this Chris Farley biopic. Lorne Michaels, of course, will produce. It is based on The Chris Farley Show, which was a New York Times best-selling biography.
He's also in one of my favorite I Think You Should Leave sketches.
Oh, yeah.
Where Jamie Taco keeps stealing all my lines.
The project has the blessing of the Farley family.
That's great. I love that. He's a fantastic actor. He's also in the final Quentin Tarantino movie. He's going to play the critic.
Is he really?
In the film critic, yeah.
All right. Oh, he's the main guy?
He's the main guy with Brad Pitt's. Like, those are the two leads.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess he approached the Farley family about putting something together. He was usually that guy acts, when you see him in roles, he has a beard. When he was in The After Party, I think he was clean shaven, but
he's kind of been in both situations.
Has he?
You plug a few cans too if you were married to my wife. I shouldn't have said that.
He was in, he's going to be in The Instigators with Matt Damon. Yeah, he's kind of on the cusp of really blowing up, you know. But he will play, if this thing gets developed and filmed and all that, which looks like that's what they want, obviously, that he will play Chris Farley. They said the working title of the film is Farley, 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 Heifer. Anyone? They're putting
It should be called, remember that time you were Chris Farley?
Remember that time? ... They're putting Interstellar back in the theaters.
Oh, yeah? I love that movie.
In IMAX. Yep.
That's a
For the, what is it, the 10th anniversary release? Or 70 millimeter for the 10th anniversary in IMAX for Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway and other AAAs.
Matt Damon's in it?
Matt Damon's in it. Yep.
Michael Caine's in it.
Yep. Your Christopher Nolan, I was reading an article of Anne Hathaway a couple of weeks ago. She said that Christopher Nolan saved her life and saved her entire career. He put her in The Dark Knight Rises, but it was the same year. That came out in the summer of 2012. She was in Les Mis that winter, and she won the Oscar for Les Mis, but she got so much hate. Everybody came knives out for Anne Hathaway. She's like, I was hiding in my house. I couldn't go online. For some reason, there was a couple of years there where everybody thought, I think she hosted the Oscars with James Franco, and everybody hated that. And she's like, Christopher Nolan saved my career by putting me in Interstellar. She was supposed to be the lead in Knocked Up, but she bailed out, and they got Katherine Heigl. But I like Anne Hathaway. I mean, I don't care about that Devil Wears Prada crap.
Everybody was so against her. I don't get that.
She did a movie with McConaughey a few years ago called Serenity. Have you ever seen that? That's a wild movie.
I have not.
No.
There's like this big kind of flip at the end. She did a movie called Colossal with Jason Sudeikis, which 4 people saw, but that was good too. Where she realizes
Princess Diaries.
Again, that's not my. I'm not doing that.
I mean, you're like missing her big hit, Princess Diaries.
The princess,
1, 2,
what was
and
it? The
3.
Princess of Monrovia. What was that made-up country?
Genovia.
Genovia. There you go.
Yeah, stupid.
Well, the second one, Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement.
There you go.
She has to get engaged.
When my older daughter was younger, she was watching those movies, Princess Diaries.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're putting The Mummy back in theaters.
Now we're talking.
Nice.
For
Dude,
the
I watched that the
25th
other day.
anniversary.
Mummy holds up real good.
It was so good. It's funny.
It's funny.
I've never
it's
seen it.
Fun.
It's good.
It's
cute.
a great action adventure. I mean, Brendan Fraser's great in it. The whole cast is phenomenal. That's a great movie. I mean, like the CGI's dated, of course, but
it's from
it's from
90s.
2000, yeah,
or 2000, yeah.
But it's a great movie.
So plenty of re-releases to make it feel old. They're putting Shaun of the Dead back in movies for the 20th anniversary.
Man,
20 years since Shaun of the Dead.
Or maybe it was 99, because I imagine it's a 25 anniversary.
For
The Mummy.
The other one, The Mummy. Yep. But Shaun of the Dead kind of launched Nick Frost and Simon
like
Pegg.
that?
And what's that?
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
The
The
Mummy.
Mummy.
Oh, sometimes they say things weird. Who cares?
He still had mummy tacos on the brain from Tampa.
Mima.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would the expert in the rapture be called a rapist? Listen, I know what you're trying to do there, and
Rapiest.
Anne Hathaway is a kook, somebody texted.
Okay.
Well, but that's what I'm saying.
But she's not a kook to
though?
us.
Yeah.
That's what.
She's not being a kook to. She's just acting.
Well, but that's how she was kind of portrayed. She kind of alluded to that. She's like, everybody had knives out for me, and it for that somehow in real life she's this goof. I don't know. Like this person says a kook, and I don't know where that came from. I don't know Anne Hathaway. I've never met the woman. I don't know what she's like in real life. Alan, Jesus wasn't even named Jesus in the original Bible. And Christ is a title, not a name. Well, that is true, the Christ.
What's his name?
You don't want to know his name.
Pete.
Clarence.
There's already too many Pete's in there.
It was Herkimer H. Christ.
What? You sure it wasn't Deuter?
Conley?
Right.
The dude. He's the dude.
Deuteronomy. That's how Deuteronomy goes.
Uh-huh.
Let's see here. Let me get one of these.
Hey, what's up, Alan? Years ago, I cut off my beautiful, glorious long hair, and I've kind of regretted it ever since, and I've wanted to grow it back. And then when I found out Mary disliked it, that was all the motivation I needed. I am starting today. I will have long hair again. Have a good one, guys.
Mary, why do they got to give you a hard time? Why do they have to give you a hard time?
What do I care?
You know what, though?
I'm gonna see you every day.
Imagine the outsized influence you have on some people, even if they're doing something out of spite. That's pretty impressive.
Spite hair.
You wanna
Pretty
hear something
impressive.
Very hilarious that I wasn't going to say, but I will say it now. Earlier this week, I came home from work. I forget which day it was. And my roommate had a weird look on her face. I go, "What's up?" She goes, "Dude." I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I came across your radio show's Reddit page." I said, "Yeah."
Oh, God, don't go on Reddit.
She goes, "I guess she's pretty active on Reddit." She's like, "I do a lot. There's like a lot of forums that I'm active in on Reddit." And she goes, and this one popped up. She goes, "Why do people hate you so much?"
They hate all of us.
They hate all of us. There's
Yeah.
nothing about the show they like.
I get a lot of hate.
Yeah,
on
female.
there.
Yeah, female on Reddit.
And people just don't like me, and that's fine. And so Sarah was like, I felt like legitimately bad. She goes, and then I just started clicking through, and I went down this rabbit hole, and she goes, people are obsessed with you. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna
That
have
guy's
to give
going to
her,
grow his hair
Yes.
out because you hate long
yeah.
hair.
I'm gonna have to give her the update. I'm gonna have to be like, get this. Not only are they obsessed with me, they are now fashioning their hairstyles
Yes.
with me in mind.
They're making sartorial choices based on what you don't like. Good
What
for
will
you.
Make Mary more upset.
That's right. Somebody I'll
Rent-free.
never meet or ever see.
Rent free in your head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bill,
there,
do you
baby.
want to begin the official weekend?
Let's do it!
Well, the familiar strains of the Bill Squire Friday Get Down, that's how we get the weekend going around here in honor of the late, great Murray Saul here at MMS. Take it away, William.
It's Friday! You gotta get down on Friday! Fill your Brita pitcher with some new water so it mixes with the old water! And just live your life and drink that mixed up water! Old water, old water, old water! It's Friday!
Oh, man, you okay there?
I looked at Mary halfway through and she went cousin it.
That does nothing for her ears. She can still hear it, however, but I guess it was the visual she wanted to avoid. I thought maybe you got some old water in your lungs at the end there.
No.
All right.
I just started laughing at Mary.
It's all of it. This is the grudge.
Oh, God, what a great movie.
Coming for you.
The OG Grudge. All right, there it is. Go and do likewise, gents. The weekend officially underway with the Bill Squire Friday Get Down. If you want to get the last word in, send me a text. 35192.